All right, Rick, let's talk about this week's upcoming games. The first game we're going to preview. Normally we talk about a lot of teams that might be contending for district championships or state championships, but this week we're going to start off with Reagan Eastside. Eastside is 1-6 this season. Reagan's 0-6, but this is a game in which both teams are going to be able to compete with each other. It's not going to be a blowout like these teams have been getting used to over the last couple of weeks. How do you see this game playing out?
First of all, I think Reagan has just a few more players, starting with the big guy in the middle. Jaquarius Daniels is an outstanding quarterback. He could be a great quarterback on almost any team in Central Texas, and being highly recruited as an athlete. I don't see Eastside putting up a great fight this week. Of course, they lost 69-0 just last week, and they only got 30 yards total against LBJ. So I think Reagan just has a few more horses than Eastside.
Yeah, I think this game might actually be a fun game to watch if you have a chance to get out there this weekend. It is Eastside's homecoming. Desmond Shaw, he's their running back. He scored 6 of their 10 touchdowns this year, so I think he's probably going to be able to run for a couple touchdowns against that Reagan defense. But in the end, Jaquarius is just too good of an athlete to lose this game, and he's a couple good receivers, Robert Crawford being one of them, and I just feel that they're going to score maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns more than Eastside. So let's transition from that game to Connolly Hutto. Both teams are undefeated. Who's getting their first loss?
I think first loss. I think it's going to be Connolly with the first loss in an extremely close game, because I just happen to be going to that game. And I just think that Hutto, they've got more balance. They've got a really good passing attack. Ryan Higgins has turned into an outstanding passing quarterback. I think they've got a little bit more balance than Connolly. Connolly has an excellent running back in Kenneth DeFee. He gets 100 yards almost every game, but I see this as a Hutto victory.
That DeFee, that name sounds a little
familiar. He's good.
Yeah. All right. I think Hutto is going to win this game. Hutto's just it's really amazing what they've been able to do on offense this year. Xavier Wins is a great running back, but if you focus too much on that rushing attack, Higgins is going to beat you passing. So they've had games where they pass the heck out of the ball. They've had games where they've run the heck out of the ball. So Connolly's going to have to pick its poison and try to deal with the results. And I just feel that Hutto just might have a couple more weapons than Connolly's going to be able to deal with. But since you're covering it, it's probably going to be a close game. So that might be a game to check out this weekend. Georgetown, Pflugerville. Georgetown's 1-2 in district play. Pflugerville's 1-1. I think probably the loser of this game is going to be maybe on the outside looking in that District 16 5A playoff chase. How do you see this game unfolding?
The first thing is this is going to be maybe the highest scoring game of the whole Central Texas weekend with those two offenses. Georgetown has an outstanding pass offense. We've talked about the Pflugerville run offense. They had 3 guys with 100 yards rushing last week. 444 yards total, just rushing alone. I see Pflugerville close game.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Pflugerville. Pflugerville should win this game, but they've been really surprising this year. You can't really tell with them. They've won. They had a really impressive win over Bowie, a really bad loss to Westwood. They were losing 23-7 at halftime last week to McNeil, so you never really know what's going to happen with them. But that offense is too stacked, and even though that defense has a lot of holes, I just think that offense can score enough points against Georgetown to keep them on top. But Georgetown played really well against Stony Point last week, so you never know. An upset might be brewing in Pflugerville this weekend. Our game of the week, Austin High Westlake, big rivalry game. Last year went to overtime. I think it was 49-42 was the final score. Who's going to win this one?
You talk about two teams that don't like each other. These two teams really don't like each other. I think Westlake is playing better football right now. After an 0-3 start, they've won 3 in a row. Lewis Gilbo has turned into an outstanding run and pass quarterback. Austin High, of course, they've got Caleb Jones, maybe the best receiver. So they've got a puncher's chance, like they would say in boxing. I think this one could be a high-scoring game too. I just think Westlake playing at home is just a tad better.
I think Austin High's record is very deceiving. They are 3-3, and they've had really bad losses to Steele and Cedar Park on the resume. But in those losses, a lot of people don't realize that Caleb Jones was not playing, or he wasn't playing all in the Steele game. He didn't play at all in the Cedar Park game. I'm just gonna go with an upset here. I think Austin High. This is their Super Bowl. This is the game they have circled on their calendar. This is the game they look forward to the most, and I think they're going to come out firing. I don't think anyone on Westlake can guard Caleb Jones, and the Newman kid on the other side's developed into a very good receiver. So I see them coming out there, punching them in the mouth in the first half, and holding on for a very, very slim victory. But what do I know? I usually get all my picks wrong anyway.
Well, you might be right.
All right, those are our picks this week. As always, check the paper on Saturday to see if we're right, and check back in with us next week.
Probably not, though.